What if how confident are you that you could create $500 in your art practice by the end of the week? And that stirred up.
Exact same structure. They also say
it was on TV, people were reporting, and it was, kind of crazy. Like, it imprints in your mind when you see that kind of chaos on TV.
Yeah.
So you got through it.
Yeah, people were really, it was actually amazing, because people.
Let's see. I think this paper that I used is much more, it's like real thick and more absorbent, so I really only had to do one print, so that's sort of interesting. I didn't film it, but I just did the rice paper. It really stuck to the paint. I thought it was going to really absorb more than the other paper, but actually took the paint less. I did paint thinner because it was a second thing, but I'm just going to go out a little more detail and try to add a little more depth.
No.
Until graduate school or much later in advanced courses as an undergraduate, but
Yeah.
I was
Then
having
that's
a little
two
bit of
paintings
nostalgia
later.
for that time period.
And it definitely doesn't
When
take.
it was actually people
kinda
cared
cool,
enough to
though.
say, yeah, painting's dead. I mean, that was amazing.
I mean, it was
Felt like
crazy
that
because,
was it.
yeah, and I couldn't defend it because I would be like, yeah, but what about Gerhard Richter? They're like, Gerhard Richter is a conceptual artist whose medium is painting. So, like, there's no way around.
Okay, I think what I learned from this process with the bigger paper and different, it's like a kind of like a rag paper. I don't know if that's what you call it, but it's I think printmaking paper, and it's for but for oil paint or printmaking ink. So it definitely took the ink better than the paper that I've been using, which was kind of a revelation because I have to do double prints on that other paper, oil paper. The other thing, I like painting on the glass better. My plexiglass sheet has gotten sort of etched. I mean, the glass is even nicer. And to use less water definitely helps with the pigment. I did two of the same image. Actually, I tried the one with the rice paper, and that was interesting, but it didn't take the image very strongly. So I think this was kind of a fail in a way. Though I like it, and I want to remember this maybe for other things that I do in the future. I think not for these portraits, but there's something about that rice paper that's very beautiful. So, yeah, I think this, the other thing is I can't go into, it's interesting, usually the paint is a little wet once I've done the print, and I can go in and just use the moisture of the paint to add depth or detail or whatever, but with this paper you can't do it. It's really absorbent, so it's interesting. But I definitely like the paper better, and I definitely like the glass better. Now I've just ordered 2 more pads of the smaller paper, but I'll keep going with both. Yeah, so onwards.
But before we get into that, Alice, you've just been checking our reviews.
Okay, this is me looking at my work from yesterday on this painting. And it's not a lost cause. I guess I always start out with this inkling of what I want to do, but it's always the how, because I mean, in a way, I'm trying to evolve a little bit my way of painting. I like this. I'm always trying to find some sort of vibration in it, whether and how to create that. It's in the colors next to each other. It's colors underneath each other, and so it's all this calculations and mishaps, letting things. I always like drips because it's sort of like a stitch. But I know this kind of the areas that are sort of working, and where I've done a little bit more free impressionistic marks, because it allows for what I've just described. I think also like some sort of architecture lines really help. And anyways, last night I did what I always do after a long day of painting. I wiped a lot out, and then I went over and I just swiped some pink over it, since that's sort of the main color in this painting. Hoping to go back and find a way to paint that is exciting to me and beyond a little bit different, or I don't know, just my exploration and how to paint, I guess.